Hey YouTube, my name is Gawd, and you're watching Gawd Cafe. So today we're going to do a video on Pluto in the 12th house. So, for those of you that don't know what Pluto represents, I'll get into that. But first, the 12th house. So the 12th house is ruled by Neptune and Jupiter, primarily just Neptune, ruling the sign Pisces. So, in this house, all things exist: spirituality, confinement, the void, nothing and everything all at once, spiritual realms, things you can't see, but so much going on. So it's kind of what the 12th house is, the unseen. It's the subconscious. It can make you feel a little crazy tapping into this energy. For someone who's not spiritually maybe tapped in as much, or just becoming tapped in, it could feel a little, scary to dive into this, because it's where your ideas come from a lot of the times. It's everything, like I said, unseen. So that's the 12th house. Spirituality, creativity, euphoria, drugs, alcohol. I think that's like creativity and spirituality. Yeah, that's pretty much just the gist of the 12th house. Then you pair it with Pluto. So Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, and transformation. So when you place Pluto in the 12th house, here you have a powerful, powerful planet. Very, very powerful planet here. Now, this can manifest very, very two different ways. Very, very godly and beautiful, or very devilish and tormenting. The reason why, because Pluto here is able to see the unseen clearly. It's Pluto. So Pluto's going to be able to handle Neptune or not fully, like, I don't think it can fully crumble under Neptune in terms of being consumed. No, it can. All signs can. When I think about why it's so powerful, because the reason why, Pluto can either help bring death, rebirth, and transformation to individuals it cares about, and do it in a very soft way, a very beneficial way, where, for example, you may have a friend that, kind of needs your your rawness, or who you are present, in order for them to fully die off the old person that they were, and dive into and transform into the butterfly they're supposed to be now. And you can be, there facilitating that somehow with their spirit in the universe, because of your knowledge and awareness pertaining to the 12th house, being that, Pluto's here. So wherever Pluto's at, Pluto has a deep understanding of the darkness within that realm, and it's not scared of it. Being that it's not scared of it, it's able to come, from the ashes from it. Nothing could really destroy Pluto, being that it deals with death, and it's able to rebirth itself. So I'll say that this makes it very powerful for that reason. You can aid in someone's transformation spiritually altogether, be the start of it. You can literally plant seeds in individuals who are not as spiritual, perhaps, not as creative. Everything pertaining to Neptune, so if someone's not dreamy enough, you can wake that up in them. If someone's, not like scared to sing a song, you could perhaps like see why they should, and like, because of being able to see it so clearly, and you're like, bitch, are you serious? Like, do you not hear your singing voice in the shower? Like, you can start really like giving it to them, but it's love, it's like this, like, are you serious, girl? Just go do it. You're amazing. Like, it's that type of energy. Pluto in the 12th house here, like, it's like, how you do not see it? So that could really, really plant amazing seeds in other individuals. So this is why it's so powerful, I think, Pluto being here. And if you're if you're exuding a high frequency, you will be doing this. Now, let's talk about the lower frequencies, because it could be a little dangerous here, okay? Pluto in the 12th house, if in a lower frequency, may be very disposable of people based off of what's coming out of their mouth and their subconscious. So Pluto here, if it's not a fan of what it's coming across, it could be very cold and swipe left like Tinder about things, okay? And because of that, causing all this death could put people in a rebirth to transform, but now you may have an op, okay? Now you may have someone opposing you as they transform. You may aid in their motivation to transform, because it's like, oh, that person didn't like me. Okay, watch when I get this revenge body. And then now, maybe you're like, damn, they look hot, I want to hit them up. And they're like, no, you've been ignoring me. Good, I'm good. That's a small example. Let's go to a bigger example. Job opportunity of some sort. You might have been like, what's a brand ambassador for that? Like, when I could be doing this. I don't know about that. And I see, that brand takes off and sees a lot of success, and you were so close to it. And you're like, damn, I missed out on it. And so, that's another example of it. Now, when it comes to dating, you could date someone and, the minute they do something that turns you off, you could just see them all together as just completely turned off. And this is why you have to make sure that you're not exuding a low frequency and be more compassionate and patient with people, because that's what you yearn for. So you can't give out an energy you don't want to get back, because that's just delusional. So because this Pluto is in the 12th house, you guys can fall into delusion. So you need to, because anything in the 12th house will do that. It's Neptune here. Neptune causes delusion. It's just, it is what it is. To act like, no, not me. Okay, well, that in itself may be delusional. You may have to open your brain up a little bit and try to look out for where you possibly can. It's not to say you always are. Know that. It's not to say you always are. But if you're not looking out for it, how do you know when it's happening and when it's not? Okay, baby. You're going to have to look out for it, okay? That's the only way you can ensure that you don't exude that energy. If you're not looking out for it, then, you're acting too unconscious. You're not going to see how you may be actually killing off a lot of things, because this is also the house of self-sabotage. And having Pluto the destroyer here, you do not want to destroy business opportunities, relationships. Business opportunities, relationships, anything that would cause you to burn a bridge of some sort, because you perhaps are not seeing it in the best lens. So having Pluto here, like I said, it is so powerful. Like, it's just very powerful. I mean, come on, it's Pluto. It's Pluto. It's the Play Day in the 12th. So, okay, now, what else can Pluto do here? So, the intuition here is crazy. It's crazy here. The intuition here, crazy. Crazy. The things you know, how you know them, you don't know. However, it is mixed in with things you may put in your head. So you may have to really fact check by applying things into your reality to see if it adds up. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like, now don't dismiss everything and don't just receive everything. Even this video, like, you may have to watch a few Pluto in the 12th house to kind of have an understanding, a generalized understanding, because you still have to apply your intuition no matter what. You know what I mean? With all things. So even with this video, like, if you're not using your intuition to, because I am human myself, you are human yourself. So in that comes with a lot of greatness and bullshit, right? Like, that's just the world we live in. It's what we are. So how can you make sure you're not delivering bullshit if you're not looking out for when you do? Because the reality is, if you're not looking out for it, it's probably occurring more than you would want it to. but your ego may feel like, I don't have an issue, prolonging the issue. So you're gonna have to kind of be like, let me be real, let me look for what the hell, I should probably fact check or improve on and do so that you can stay at a high frequency and not self-sabotage and destroy things in your life that could really benefit you. Because you don't want to have the negative aspects of death and transformation, whereas people are going to transform because of you. You want to not burn that bridge as they transform, because who they may become you may need later. And you shouldn't just do it for that reason. You should be a great, genuine person. But I'm sure that reason in itself would make you want to do it. So, it could be amazing or it could be terrible. It really is up to you. And because it's such a powerful planet, you have to be cautious of the reality you want. Do you want a whole bunch of enemies? Because this is also the house of hidden enemies, and this is how you manifest hidden enemies. Or would you love to turn people that might have been lower frequency, maybe a potential hidden enemy, see the bigger picture, see how you can help them transform into a more positive version of themselves, and keep it moving if you have to, if you don't resonate with that person, or that person has moved or whatever, you may have to just keep it moving regardless. So you want to leave off on a good note during their transformation. You don't want to be the person that they're like, oh, okay, fuck you, watch. Most likely that person who's like, fuck you, watch, is probably going to really surpass what you ever thought, because you're giving them fuel with your, maybe your disgust or sense, and they're like, oh, that's how you watch. It's just it's just what it comes down to. So you don't want to be, all that mean here and let things kind of get out of hand and not control how you could be wrong, because things could just get wacky. Don't think of it like, oh, that person deserved it. Really dissect if they did. And is it really you're doing, or the universe is doing? That do you have to partake in this? Do you not? That's something you're gonna have to assess here, because you don't want to burn bridges, my love. And time is going on, and at some point, you have to come to terms with what is. Okay, Pluto in the 12th house. This was your video. My name is Gawd, and you're watching Gawd Cafe. Until next time.